guys, we back with another one, and we got to talk about what JJ Redick just said on First Take, guys. Now, we all know what Ja Morant is facing right now. We just don't know the exact details of what his punishment will be, but Adam Silver was extremely disappointed after their first meeting and this happening so soon afterwards. We got that, but JJ Redick reminded everybody that there's always a bigger conversation and a bigger fish to fry than Ja Morant. The masses want you to look at Ja as if he is the main villain, but we forget about our political figures and different people that's in higher places that's going to influence the everyday man much more than Ja Morant doing what he was doing on social media. JJ Redick, one thing he didn't do is he didn't give Ja a pass for what he did, but he did want to look to the larger conversation that everyone seems to ignore, or not even ignore, but they don't give it the attention that it deserves. Check this out.
Again, we can go into the backstory of the incident with the teenager. Ja's claiming self-defense, that the teenager threw the ball in his face. We can go into the incident at the mall when he yelled at his security guard. We can go into the incident with the Indiana Pacers traveling party. As far as we know, all of these things have been investigated and no law has been broken. I'm not condoning the behavior. I'm not saying there should be no punishment. There should be. There should be consequences. You are the face of the league. You are representing the NBA. You are a role model to young kids. All of that. I don't think half a season is the right answer. And the last point I want to make is you bring this up, the guns on social media. We talk about consequences. Look, in our country right now, gun culture is pervasive. It's pervasive. We've got mass shooting after mass shooting, and nobody's doing a damn thing about it. So I get why we're so sensitive to this right now. But there's no consequence for Greg Abbott telling his constituents that they should go buy more guns, and then we have mass shooting after mass shooting in Texas. There's no consequence for an elected Tennessee official to send out a Christmas card holding AR-15s with his young family, and then there's a shooting in his very district. There's no consequences to that. So why are we trying to lay down the hammer on a 23-year-old who didn't break a law? Explain that to me.
I'm so glad JJ Redick said that. We've seen a lot of these candidates, governors, mayors, presidential candidates. We've seen several people talk about loading up on firearms, this, that, and the third. And in the same token, they'll go at someone like Ja Morant. Now, Ja Morant, the way he was dangling his gun, the way he was doing it, let's not play stupid. He was doing it like how these rappers doing the videos saying that they'll do something to you with it. You know, they basically, I mean, you could look, there's a whole Twitter page dedicated to Chicago and the guys out on the street, and you see them do the same thing with their gun that Ja's doing with his, you know. So it is a culture thing with him. But also, we can't act like some of these candidates aren't encouraging lynchings, you know, in 2023. When they tell their group of people to go out and get guns, who you think they're getting them for? A lot of times the intent behind that stuff be for people that look like Ja Morant. You know what I'm saying? I think back to the incident where the kid was playing music at the gas station and somebody said it was too loud. Like this adult, I think the kid was maybe like 16, 17. And the man went back to the car, got his gun and shot him and killed him. You know, so I say that to say they look at people that look like Ja Morant or look like me or some of y'all, you know, just because we are who we are. The color of our skin, man, it's a real thing that some people detest. Even if you ain't even on that with them, they are trained to look at you as a threat. So I've seen people panic for no reason just when I walk by. because I'm in a space where they aren't used to seeing people like me come in sometimes. But I mean, I don't mind being by myself in a room full of people that don't look like me, because I ain't worried about what might happen. But you can see people clutching their purse a little tighter. You can see if you take your kids to play at a certain park, they'll pull their kids closer. But I don't want to get too off subject. Man, I could go down that rabbit hole. But what I will say is JJ Redick hit the nail on the head, and Stephen A. Smith agreed with him. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about those conversations a little bit more. Ja Morant's been on every single network that wouldn't cover him the same way if he was just playing basketball. Yes, you'd have like ESPN and some of these other local Memphis ABC networks covering him, but you wouldn't have every network in Texas, every network in Arkansas, all the local networks just covering. So it's a bit hypocritical to say that you holding Ja accountable and you monetizing, his downfall. Evidently the networks like it. It's fake ridicule, because you get the clicks off of him doing this again. But JJ Redick, man, he had a real moment right there, and I'm so happy that he brought that up. A lot of people don't want to have those conversations, but you could see people around the NBA. Kendrick Perkins says it's a real conversation going on First Take right now. You see a lot of people reacting to it. And JJ Redick, sometimes he gets ahead of himself, but today he definitely delivered on his point, and people need to check this out. If you ain't seen it already, go watch that full episode of that segment. It was at the beginning of the show, and they probably have it up soon on ESPN's channel, or you'll find the whole clip on Twitter. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.